7 0 1, right? So here the frame size is 3 ma. So let's do it with first in first out, right? So first in first out, how it will work? So initially, as I told you, there are 3 frames. So initially main memory is empty. We load 7, 1 page fault, then 7 0, 2 page fault, 7 0 1. Now you are supposed to replace 2. Why? Because main memory is full. Now with how to find the victim, who will become the victim here? First in first out. No, which was loaded first will be taken out first. So among these 3, which was loaded first? 7. So 2 0 1. So 0 is there already, so no page fault. Now coming to 3. So among these 3, what will be taken out now? 0. Why? Because 0 was loaded after 7. So here 2 3 1. You are getting me, guys? Now you got 0. So 0 is replaced with 1. 2 3 0. Now 4. 4 is replaced with 2, right? So 4 3 0. Now 2 is replaced with 3. 4 2 0. Now 3 is replaced with 0, right? 4 2 3. Now 0 is replaced with 4. 0 2 3. So 3 is already there, no replacement. 2 is already there, no replacement. Now 1. So 1 has to be replaced with what? 2. 0 1 3. Now again 2, right? 2 has to be replaced with 3. 0 1 2. 0 is already there, 1 is already there. Now you have to replace it with 0, right? So 7 1 2. Then 0 is there. 0 has to be replaced with 1, right? You're getting me, guys? Among these 2, then 7 0 2, then 7 0 1. So total how many you are getting? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So total number of page faults by making use of this FIFO is 15. Please cross check with your solved answers, ma, right? Whether you are getting the same number of page faults or not. FIFO. Clear, guys? So now you understand now how this FIFO works. First in, first out, right? Which is coming first has to be taken out first, right? So I'll give you one example for you to solve the same problem using first in, first out, right? Now you take down the problem, ma. I'll give you one problem here, which was given in the exercise. Yeah, consider the sequence, ma. I'll write, which was given in your textbook only, right? I'm taking a new slide. There I will write. So take the sequence like this: 7 2 3 1 2 5 3 4 1 2 5 3 4 6 7 7 1 0 5 4 6 2 3 0 1 0 1, right? Guys, this is the sequence. Here you have 7 2 3, right? The first one is 7, ma. 7 2 3 1 2 5, right? So this is the sequence, guys. You are supposed to do it. So for this sequence, try to solve using first in first out. Guys, am I audible to you all? So solve that problem using FIFO, right? Whatever the problem I gave you. You are getting echo, right? Yes. Guys, can you able to solve it? Whatever the problem I gave you. Have you noted that? Please respond now. Yeah, very good. If you solve that, then we can start another technique, that is your optimal page replacement algorithm. Right? So how many page faults you got using first in first out? 16 page faults by using frame size 4. With what frame size you are doing, Mark? I with frame size 3 you are supposed to do. It was asked in that like frame size 3. I thought you will do with the same. It is okay, Anil. If you do it with frame size 4 is also no problem. Why? Because your my motto is that you would able to solve it, whatever may be the frame size. Why? Because in the exam they may ask you like with the different frame size, right? And then they may ask you any technique, right? They may ask you any technique. But one question definitely you will get from this page replacement algorithm, guys, right? So this is about your first in, first out. What about the other guys? Could you able to solve it? 17 page calls with 3 frame size. Okay, ma'am. Sure, yeah. So let's see the other answers also, right? How much they are getting like. Okay, very good. Okay, Rohit, very good. Guys, I'm giving you some time because the others also can complete, right? Why the students are joining and then leaving? Only 5 members solved. What about the others? You can try. If you know like how to solve it, LRU. So in LRU, what we do, we try to replace the page which was not used for the longest period of time. So you are supposed to search the future references, right? You are supposed to search the future references, right? So among which was not used for the longer period of time, that we are going to replace with. You understand now how LRU works? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I'm talking about optimal. Optimal, we see future references. In LRU, we see least recently used. So you have to check the previous references like what was recently used, what was least recently used, right? So now you are going to do it the least recently used. Yeah, yeah. I'll do 1 second, guys. Rohit, just give me some time. I will solve both optimal and this LRU also. You need not to worry, guys. I'm sharing my screen. Can you able to see my screen, guys? I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, okay, fine. Now, let's see. I'll show you the optimal and as well the value-based replacement, right? So we try to solve here only. Once you tell me the sequence, not here I try to draw the same sequence. Someone on the mic can help me. Anil, very good, Nana. I don't know when I'm taking class for G section students, it never gives me problem. But this Microsoft Whiteboard always troubles me when I'm taking for your section only. I don't know. Yesterday I took for G section, I was nicely able to solve all the problems, right? Getting paint. Sequence number someone please tell me the sequence. 701. On your mic and tell me someone. Guys, someone tell me the sequence, that 701 sequence. Vandera. Yes, can you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Chapter 70. Please tell me the sequence 701.
Ma'am, 723.
First Rama 723 nadi. No. First problem చేసాం కదా మనం. నేనే ఓపెన్ చేసా ఉందిలే 701 203 then 0423 0423 03 2120 1701. Guys, this is the problem, right? So I have solved this problem using first in first out, right? So let's now solve making use of optimal. For the frame size 3 only I am doing. So in the optimal, what we are doing is we are going to replace, right, the page that will not be used for longest period of time. So initially, this 3 page faults will be like this 70, then 701. Now, what has to be replaced from this point? Check the future references, right? Which was not used for the longest period of time, that has to be replaced immediately. So if you see 0 recent, so 0 will not be replaced. If you go like this 1, so 1 is also not replaced. So now what is replaced here? 7. So now 2 is replaced with 7. Now 0, no page fault. Why? Because it is already there. 3. Now 3 has to be replaced with what? 0 is recently used. So 0 we are not going to replace. 2 is also recently used. Right? That means in future, it will be used in recently only, right? Then 0, 2. What was remained? 1. So now 3 has to be replaced with 1. Now 0 is there, no replacement. 4 goes on future to check this up. 2, 3, 0. Among which was not used for the longer period of time, 0. So 2, 4, 3, right? Then 4 is over, 2 is already there, no replacement. 2, 3 is already there, no replacement. Now 0. 0 has to be replaced with what? It has to be replaced with 4. 2, 0, 3. In the context, 3 is used, 2 is used. 4 was not used. It will not be used for the longer period of time, right? So now 0 is 3 is already there, no replacement. 2 is already there, no replacement. Then coming to 1. So 1 is replaced with what now? 2 kaadu, 3, 0 kaadu. Now it has to be replaced with 3. So now 2 is there, no replacement. 0, no replacement. 1, no replacement. Now 7 will be replaced with 2. 7, 0, 1. No replacement, no replacement. Right? No page faults. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So total number of page faults here you got are 9, right? So definitely it will not suffer with Belleri's anomaly, and I can say this will give you the minimum number of page faults. This will give you the minimum number of page faults, right? The optimal replacement algorithm, right? Now you understand, guys, how this works? Yes or no? Please respond. Yes, very good. Now, so the same thing can I solve making use of this LRU, least recently used. So 7 ఇక్కడ ఉంది 70701. LRU అంటే ఇక్కడ previous check చేసుకోవాలమ్మా. Previously which was least recently used, that we are going to do. So here also the same thing. 2 is replaced with 7. 201. Now you have 0, no replacement. 3 is replaced with what? ఇలా చెక్ చేసుకుంటే 0 కాదు, 2 కాదు, 1, right? So 203. So 0 is there, no replacement. Next you got 4. 4 is replaced with what? Not 0, not 3. It is replaced with 2. 403. Right? Next you have 2. 2 is replaced with what? 3. So 402. Now 3. 3 is replaced with 0. 432. Now 0 is replaced with 4. So 032. 3 is already there, no replacement. 2 is already there, no replacement. 1 is replaced with 0. 1, 3, 2. Right? Then 2 you have no replacement. 0 now is replaced with 3, right? 1 0 2, right? 1 is there, no replacement. Now 7 is replaced with 2, right? 1 0 7, right? 1 is there, 0. After that 0 is there, 1 is there, no replacement. So total replacements you got is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So total replacement by making use of this LRU is 12. Clear, guys? Least recently used. So LRU ki first in first out ki difference into Elrama. Here we are taking used one, then we are taking which was loaded into the memory first. Based on that, you are taking out. ఇక్కడ మనం ఏ పేజ్ యూజ్ చేసాం అనేది దాని మీద బేస్ చేసుకుని చేస్తాం. There which was loaded into the main memory, based on that we are replacing, right? So that is all about your this LRU, guys, right? And you have how this LRU can be implemented is we should know like which was least recently used, which was means among you have to find which was least recently used, and that has to be taken out. No? So now you coming to this LRU. LRU is implemented by making use of two implementations. Now you can implement it in two ways: by making use of counters and by making use of stack. Right? By making use of counter and by making use of stack. So when I'm using the stack, we will be using doubly linked list stack mark, right? So that you can take out that. And if you're starting a position you can take out that, right? For that, reference we have to refer that. Then you should have a copy of what are the future references and what are the previous references, right? So for that, we will be using this counter and stack implementations, right? Why? Because this technique requires a substantial hardware assistance, like I can say. Why? Because there you should have the information about previous references, no? Right? Least recently used. So Dante will use the counters, right? This is the simplest case, right? And what we can do is with each page table entry, a time of use field and add to the CPU a logical clock or counter, right? So the clock is incremented for every memory reference, right? Whenever a reference to a page is made, right? Then మనం ఎన్నిసార్లు refer చేసామో based on the count, the number of page faults will be calculated, right? So this is how it can be implemented, guys. Right? So this is all about your page replacement algorithms. So in law we have another approach that is called counting based page replacement. Ikkada mana problem em solve cheyam. We have only 3 problems has to be solved. But here in the count based page replacement, we will be making use of two methods now. One is least frequently used, most frequently used, right? Least frequently used అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక పేజ్ ఉంది, ఆ పేజ్ మనం ఇన్ ద ఓవరాల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్, రైట్, ఎన్నిసార్లు యూజ్ చేసాం, రైట్, దట్ విల్ బి రీప్లేస్డ్. యూఆర్ గెటింగ్ మీ గైస్? లీస్ట్ ఫ్రీక్వెంట్లీ యూజ్డ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే అమాంగ్ ఆల్ దీస్ పేజెస్ విచ్ వాజ్ లీస్ట్ ఫ్రీక్వెంట్లీ యూజ్డ్ వన్ దట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి రీప్లేస్డ్. సో దట్ ఇక్కడ కౌంట్ బేస్డ్ అని ఎందుకు అంటున్నానంటే the system will make a count of all page references. Ikkada manam chudandi, if you take 7th page, it was called 2 times. If you take 0th page, 1 2 3 4 5 6 times. So that way it will maintain the count. And if it is using this least frequently used method, for what the count is very less, that will be replaced. And most frequently used. So in the most frequently used, how it can be done is ఏదైతే ఎక్కువ ఫ్రీక్వెంట్ గా యూజ్ చేస్తున్నామో, రైట్, page replacement algorithm, like page with the smallest count was probably just brought in and as it to be used. And then ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేస్తున్న పేజ్ ని we will load it first, right? We are going to load the page which was most frequently used, so that will be brought into the memory first, right? So that we can reduce the number of page faults. But the problem is, if I am using MFU, because it is based on the count only. And initial stages, it was called most frequently, but later on it was not used. So even though we are keeping that in our memory. So to solve that, what we are doing is here, in the time intervals, we are reducing its count. Over time period or if that was not called, right? We are reducing the count. So that way, we'll reduce the count and somewhere it will be taken out, right? So this is all about most frequently used and least frequently used, right? Guys, understood? And here you are supposed to remember 1.1 trashing, right? What I mean by this trashing is, if the page is means if when I'm using the paging technique, if the CPU is spending more time on this on the page table rather than in the execution, that situation is called trashing. You're getting me, guys? When I'm making use of the paging technique and the CPU is spending more time on the page table than the actual execution. Page table referring to the page table, making the swapping in and swapping out. దీనికి ఎక్కువ టైం స్పెండ్ చేస్తుంది ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ లో. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ స్పెండింగ్ టైం, అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ స్పెండింగ్ మోర్ టైం ఓన్లీ ఆన్ ద పేజ్ టేబుల్. దట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ట్రాషింగ్, రైట్? So, ఒకసారి షార్ట్ ఆన్సర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతాడు. He will ask you like what is trashing, right? Then you are supposed to do like this, right? So with this, we are completing like our unit 4. So unit 5, I just to give you the briefing, guys. ఒకసారి సిలబస్ ప్రిపేర్ చేస్తానమ్మా. If you see the 5th unit, there you have like file system interface and operations, right? So there we will see about access methods, directory structures, protection, file system structure, allocation methods, and file space management, usage of open, create, read, write, close, and these are some system calls, right? So this is about your unit 5, guys, right? One second. I'm stopping the sharing here. We are discussing in your 5th unit. So most of the basic concepts of your file system, right? We are going to discuss here. Let me take a break for 2 minutes, guys, and have some water and come. Right, in this we are going to discuss about file concepts, access methods, what is the directory structure, and zooming if you are unable to see. Directory structure, file system mounting, file sharing, and protection, right? Now coming to this objective, so it will explain you the function of file system, how the file system works, right? And describe the interfaces to the file system. So how you are going to get the access to the file system like that, right? So then it will discuss the file system and what are the design trade-offs, what are the accessing methods, how the protection can be provided, right? All the things we are going to discuss now. Coming to the file concept, see, your files are stored in contiguous logical address space. Your files are stored in contiguous logical address space, right? And here coming to this, we have two types of files. Now, one are data files, and the other ones are programs, right? One are the data files, and the other ones are programs. And coming to the data files can be numeric data files or character data files or binary data files, whatever, right? And coming to the file structure, right? So how you are going to store the files, right? So you can store the files in this in non-sequence of words bytes, nothing. There is no structure like that. The second one is simple record structure. So you will have the files in the form of records, right? It can be the fixed length or variable length, right? You're getting me? And now coming to this, we can have complex structures also, like we have the formatted documents or relocatable load files, right? You're getting me, guys, right? And who will decide the structure here are the operating system and the programs, right? So OS will organize them, right? And if you want, you can also keep them in a means in a format, right? Like the program, you can say like that, right? So this is about the file structure. And coming to the file attributes is nothing but when a file is created. When a file is created, these are the set of attributes will be created for that file. It will have the information about you should give a name to the file. Yes or no? Then your file system will identify each and every file with a unique identifier. For that, an identifier is created. Then the type of file, that means what type of file it has. Like you have so many different types of files. I will show you in the next slides. In the no, right, and then you have the location. Actually, you will have some path for the file, no, right? C colon slash in some folder if you are having, right? Uh, so that will be stored, and the size of the file. If you can see, right click on the file, and if you see the properties, there you will see all these things. What is the size of the file, and what kind of protection? Is it a read protection or write protection, right? Whether it is a locked file, right? Like that kind of protection will be saved, and you will have like time, date, and user identification. So at what time it was created, right? At what time it was created, at what date it was created, and who is the user. That means in your system, if more than if more than one user are there, if you have multi-user system, like there it will store the information like who is the person who created that file. Then coming to the file operations, right? Uh, we can ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ గా చూడొచ్చు because I am sharing with my mobile. That may not be visible to you properly, right? So we discussed about the file attributes, right? You will have the name, identifier, type, location, size, protection, time, date, and user identification. And coming to the file operations, right? So what kind of operations we are going to perform here are you can create a file, you can write a file, you can screen ఆగిపోయిందమ్మా. You are can you able to see my screen? Okay, one second. Okay, mobile నుంచి చెప్పేస్తాలే right. File operations, create, you can create a file, you can write into a file, you can read a file, and you can do some reposition within the file. You can delete a file, you can truncate a file, right? So these are the operations you can perform on file, right? So you can do the operation like this. Open of F means search in the directory or the disk for the entry of that particular file content. If it is there, the file will be opened, right? It will be opened. And when you are opening a file, right? When you are opening a file, there are so many pieces of data that are needed to be managed. One is file pointer, right? So when I'm opening a file where actually the last read write location was there, right? That position has to be kept, right? File pointer and file open count. So when you are opening a file, it has to mention the information like how many times that file got open. And coming to the disk allocation, the disk allocation of the file means like it will have the information in the cache, like data access information it will have, right? Then access rights. So what are the access rights of the file? That is also to be stored for the open files, right? Then open file locking. So it will provide some, it will be provided by the operating system and the file systems, right? So it mediates access to a file, right? Like you have two types of lockings, mandatory and advisory. When it is coming to the mandatory locking, right? It will get means the access is denied depending on the locks held and requested. Advisory means the processes can find status of the locks and decide what to do, right? So mandatory and the access is denied, right? Advisory means the processes can find the status first before getting access to that particular file, right? So this you need not to mention. Now coming to this file types, so you have different types of like files. One in this table you can see them, right? You have the executable files, you have the object files, you have source code files, right? And you have batch files, right? And you have text files, word processor, library, print or view, archive, and multimedia. So what kind of files comes with what extensions also given here, like exe.com, .bin, these are executable files. The C++, Java, all this comes under source code like this you have. And their function also given. So when they asked in the exam, like take the write about the file types, right? Then you can extend this. Now coming to the access methods. So access methods is nothing but what kind of access was given to that particular file. So you have sequential access and the direct access. So sequential access means you give the access to the files in some sequential order, right? That means read, read next, write next. That means next based on the next operations, the access method will be given, right? Then when it is coming to the direct access, you will be getting the direct access to the file. That means you can do any operation you want to perform on that. You are given, right? So sequential access file will be given like this: beginning of the file, then you can from the current position you can read or write, or else you can rewind, you can go back and you can make any modifications to it, right? And directory structures. Coming to the directory structures, you have different types of directory structures. How this can be done, like I will show you. Yeah, you have the directory structures like this. You have single level directory, two level directory, three structure directory, right? And you have acyclic graph directory, right? And general graph directory. So these are the different types of directories you have. So when you are storing the files, how the files are stored in a particular folder or something like that. ఇక్కడ సింగిల్ లెవెల్ అంటే ఏంటంటే you will have only one directory, and for each directory you will have one file, right? But you are getting me, guys? But here the problem is naming problem, because you have only single level, right? It is naming problem is there, and grouping problem is also there. And coming to this two level, here you have two levels. We are creating the folders for user. Each user will have their own again folders, file directory folders, and among you will have the set of files, right? So here you have to give the path name, right? And you can have the same name, same file name for different users. You can naming problem ఉండదు, right? You can have the efficient searching, but here no grouping capacity will be given, right? So this is about the tree structure. Tree structure and normal one folder, మళ్ళీ దానికి sub folders ఉంటాయి. That sub folders can have the sub folders, or they can simply have the files. So you all know about this tree structure, right? So it is efficient searching. You can group them also, right? And you can directly get the current directory, right? CD / and when you are executing the programs like that, right? You're getting me, right? So here you can have the operations easily on this, right? You can have the absolute path name or relative path names, and you can create a new file with the current directory cheyachu, or else you can give the path and you can create the file. You can delete the file and you can create a subdirectory in that way you will be going to do it, right? Then acyclic graph. Acyclic ante emundandi, see, you will have a cyclic structure, right? ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే you can share the subdirectories and the files, right? ఇప్పుడు you have the list అనే ఒక folder ఉంది, that is shared with both W folder and works folder, right? So this representation is taken care by the operating system only, how they are doing internally, right? And coming to this general structure, right? In the general graph structure, means we are going to guarantee that there is no cycle formed, right? How it can be done is allow only links to files, not subfolders, right? And then garbage collection. What do you mean by garbage collection? You might be having silo నేర్చుకుంటారమ్మా, right? You know or not, right? Every time a new link is added, use a cycle detection, right? Cycle detection algorithm. Normal, whether you have a deadlock or check every time it will be checked whether there is a deadlock or not, that way, right? So file system mounting in data, before you use the file system, you have to mount it, and after the use, you have to unmount it, right? So, and coming to the file sharing, here it will be done through the protection schema, right? If you want to save, if you want to share a file, right? So sharing the files to the multiple users is desirable. Why? Because when you are working on a common task, definitely you will share the information, right? So here sharing can be done through a protection schema. And in the distributed system, they can be shared across a network. Why? Because the distributed system is nothing but what you will have a network, and in the network, resources will be shared, right? So NFS is a common distribution file sharing method, network file system, right? So, if you are sharing a file with multiple users, we will be having these two things. One, user IDs. That means we'll give group of user IDs. With them, you can share the file. Or else directly you can have a group, default created group, and that group will have some ID. If you're sending a message, you can that message will go to the group of people. The WhatsApp groups ella unnayo, that way, right? This is about the file sharing. Coming to this protection, so who are going to control the files is nothing but the one who created. The owner or the creator should be able to control what can be done by who. So అది ఎవరెవరికి షేర్ చేయాలి and what kind of access control I can give. So ఇక్కడ మనకి what are the different types of accesses I can give to the persons is I can allow a person only to read, or else I can allow the person to write, I can allow the person to execute, I can allow the person to append, I can allow the person to delete, and I can allow the person to list, right? So this is about the protection. Protection can be achieved by the access control, right? So what are the mode of access? What kind of accesses you can give is read, write, execute, right? And you can divide the group of people into three categories. One is owner access, right? He will have both read, write, right? He will have both read, write, execute permission. If I am giving to the group access, he will have only read, write. If I give the public access, right, he can only execute, right? He cannot. You're getting me, guys? So these are the different types of accesses I can give. Danti codes untayamma, right? Based on these codes, right? You can share, right? So this is all about your file system, guys, and the protection. So with this, you can complete fifth unit. So I just gave you the briefing, guys. Fifth unit is very small, right? And these are the simple concepts only. You can able to read it, right? Yes or no? You still have any doubts in this? Guys, you still have any doubts in this? Clear? Okay, fine, ma. So thank you, guys. We completed our unit 5 also. So with this, I can say your OA syllabus is completed. So thank you so much. Thank you, one and all.